Okay, I mentioned this at the beginning of the show. Paul is making cross-skewered grilled lobster tails. Yes, marrying two things I love, lobster and barbecue. So this is going to be amazing. If you're following along at home, we're going to show you what you need. How do we start?
This is one of those things. I've been on a bit of a seafood kick lately, and it is the beginning of lobster season right now. So I wanted to make something that's kind of comfort food, elevated, and not that hard to make. So it starts with the lobster tails. So I've got 4 beautiful Atlantic lobster tails, and we start by just giving them a clean, giving them a little TLC. So we're going to butterfly these, but before we can, I'm just going to remove the small fins from below. Those will burn. You just want to get rid of those and use kitchen shears. Best kitchen tool. You want to use these and just butterfly, cut right down through the shell, almost all the way, but not through the tail fin. So that's important. Now just give it a flip, and I'm going to do the same thing on the top, down, working slowly, and now I'm just going to cut through the meat. So do this, take your time. You don't want shell bits in here, so just gently. And now you've opened it up, and now you'll really allow that flavor to penetrate the meat. Now, the other thing, give these a rinse. Before you're going to do anything else, give them a good rinse and a good dry. And I've already got some here that have been washed, and they're ready to go.
That is already looking amazing, and you make that look incredibly easy. So you're going to be preparing a marinade that you're going to put these in. What do we do for that?
All right, super simple. Starts with just a little bit of canola oil, nice neutral oil, 2 tablespoons, and we're going to flavor it with the most classic of seafood pairings. So some minced garlic, that goes right in, some sliced chives, which are already popping up, nice and fresh. Those go in. And some chopped parsley, and some lemon zest. So another one of my favorite kitchen tools, the microplane. Just a few good scrapes of that, making sure not to go too deep. You don't want that bitter pith. And now we'll just give this a little cut, some freshly squeezed lemon juice right on in there. And put some sea salt in there as well, just a little bit. Now give that a really good mix, and that's it. That's all that goes into this marinade. It could not be more simple. I'm going to add the lobster into it and marinate it. Now, because of the lemon juice, you wouldn't want to marinate these too long because the lemon juice will actually start to cook them. So I like to marinate for about half an hour. Could be a few hours, but if you want to do this ahead of time, prep the lobsters the night before, prep this mixture the night before, and then in the morning, give them a really good toss. And you want to make sure that that marinade is getting into the meat. Part of the purpose of butterflying these is that it really penetrates the inside there, and it also makes for a really, really nice presentation. And now, all we have to do is skewer them.
So you've got your skewers. Do you do anything to them? Because you're going to put them on the barbecue. Do you have to make sure, make them wet or anything like that first?
Absolutely. You want to give these a really good soak, like a few hours in warm water soak, because you don't want them to burn. And all you have to do, open these up and follow the meat right down through the length of the lobster. And it pokes out at the other side. Now take another skewer. This is 2 skewers per tail. And we're going through. And the reason I call them cross-skewered is because the skewers cross at the top, and not only does this keep the meat nice and straight on the grill, it makes for a really pretty presentation. So of course, I've already got some done here, and I'm going to take these over to a hot grill. Now, right on the grill, just like that, a little bit of heat. You can even pour the leftover marinade over top, give it a little kiss of flame, And you just want to cook these until they're opaque, the meat is opaque, and the shell is nice and bright red.
I always worry about undercooking things on the barbecue, but when it comes to lobster, you're probably going to be worried about overcooking it. You don't want it to get that rubbery consistency. So look for the color of the shell. Anything
Definitely
else
not.
will tell you that it's done?
So the color of the shell is a great indicator, and just when the meat becomes opaque, so it looks a little fleshy when it's raw, when it becomes opaque, it's done.
Okay.
If in doubt, don't cook it any longer. You can always throw it back on the grill for another minute. I always tell people you can cook it a little more, you can't take it away. So when they're done, again, 3 and 5 minutes depending on the size, you end up with these beautiful,
Oh my gosh.
beautiful lobster tails that you can serve as a part of a surf and turf with a nice grilled steak, or you can even serve them as an appetizer. Because of the skewers, you can just pull a skewer out, pop the meat out. It's like a lobster lollipop.
A lobster lollipop. That makes me very excited. Thank you, Paul. That is gorgeous. That recipe is, as always, up on our website, cityline.tv. So good. I think I need to ask Leo to try that one.